This video is going to be on my new paint sprayer, but first I want to show you my old paint sprayer and the results I got with that. Been using my airless, but this room, this is my paint room here, it's not very big, is just too small to do a lot of volume. With all the drawers and doors and cabinets, it just puts out way too much overspray and there's not enough room to maneuver in here. This is the main workshop that I also would like to be able to paint. There's a lot more paint work to do. That brings me to what I have there. And I went with a high volume, low pressure paint sprayer system. The high volume, low pressure doesn't have as much overspray, not nearly as much overspray. So what I can do is just cover the workbench, cover the table saw, and I should be able to spray right on this table here. Is that dumb or what? Why did they just ship it in this box? This cost me $107.90. I think this is 95 cents shipped. Also, they collected tax. Of course, they gotta collect tax. This is it. Pretty simple. I got the extra. And the extra comes with some extra stuff. As you can see, I'm all set up to paint in this room as well as this room over here. If you would like to see a video on how I built this whole thing and the detailed process to get this finish on here, subscribe, and that video should be out. This is the paint that I'm using from Home Depot. Ooh, you see that? First time trying one of these gadgets out. We'll see what it does. To start with, I'm only going to mix up, and we'll go with ounces, 24 ounces, and I'm going to shoot for a mixture of 10% water, and we'll mix that up. Of course, I should mix this up first. Now, I don't think there's anything except an airless sprayer that will spray paint that's this thick. So you have to dilute it or thin it for just about anything that's going to be sprayed. That is really thick. So another necessity when spraying paint is you have to filter it. Since I'm just doing small jobs at a time, I'll use this tiny little filter. Now I know I'm going to need more than 24 ounces, but I'm just messing with the mix ratio for this brand new gun. Once you get your mix ratio fixed out for a specific paint for a specific gun, obviously you can mix more paint at. So far I'm really liking this little spout thing. Can't believe I haven't used these before. It's already paid for itself. $1.34. We're just under 24 ounces. There's still some in here. I'm going to use water, tap water. Now I'm at 24 ounces. I need to do 2.4 ounces, and that's going to be by the eyeball method. I think that's about it. So my initial guess already is that 10% is not going to be enough thinning for this gun, but it is advertised. You know, it's a high volume, low pressure, but this is still a single stage gun, and I have another single stage system, and I kind of just know flow rates from the amount that I've sprayed in the past. This is a viscosity cup. It's not labeled, but there's a Zan number 2 and 4. There's a Ford number 4. It did not come with this unit. I kind of wish it did, but I am going to fill this up and count how many seconds it takes to empty. So that was about 30 seconds, which isn't bad. I'm just going to put a little bit more in to take this to a 12 to 15% water. There you go. Okay, I'm going to do this by the clock right now. 50. All right, there we go. So that was 17 seconds on this cup. And again, I don't know what this cup is. And again, I purchased the extra fancy version. What it does, it comes with this red tip here. This is a 4mm, and it also comes with this blue tip, which is, I think it's around like a 1.4mm. They're saying that you can spray exterior paint with this red tip, which is kind of crazy. And your blue tip would be your clear coat or top coats for stained woodwork. But it comes already, jeez, already got it dirty, all ready for latex paint with a 2mm tip installed. And it's all ready to go. Just going to screw this on, plug it in, and go over to a test piece. I got it plugged in. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. You can see the tip is still clean. It's my first ever experience with this. There is a plus and a minus in this rolling thing here, and that is the paint volume. The air pressure is constant. Okay, so I add this all the way down till it bottoms out. Now I'm going to start bringing it up. I'm going to bring it up just a tad more. That's too much. I'll show you why I think it's too much. And it is doing pretty good. There's quite a few speckles on the outside here that are just droplets of paint. I have a feeling if I thin this out to almost 20%, you never want to go over 25%. I got a feeling it would work pretty darn good. But I'm going to back this down since I am doing the raw wood. It is not bad at all. This is the back side of a cabinet door, so it's a good first piece. That was pretty good. A little bit of orange peel on there. I put that one on a little bit too heavy. Okay, as I said a minute ago, I am going to thin it out just a hair more. Since these here, you're actually going to be putting your hands on, you're going to touch them, you're going to be within inches of them. I want a little bit smoother finish. And one thing I didn't quite like for this specific application of doors is that it's a pretty narrow spray pattern of only about 6 inches. So what I'm going to do, pop that black one out and put this yellow one in, I think. Maybe a 10-inch path. Okay, the only thing I've changed is the tip, or excuse me, the fan. And I've added a little bit more water. I haven't adjusted the paint flow yet. It looks about perfect. We got a nice 8 to 10-inch fan, and we're going to be doing 1/3 overlaps. That means you overlap it quite a bit. This is the first coat. We're just supposed to be lightly covering it as a seal coat. It's too light. think that's a perfect first coat. Unfortunately, I've got to wait 7 to 8 hours before I can paint that again. So far, first impressions are it was a pretty awesome $107 to spend. It's going to speed up finishing the rest of all these doors and drawers. It's going to pay for itself tonight. I actually forgot to even put my respirator on because there is no overspray. I'd probably be dead by now if I had sprayed that with my airless. So I'll leave a link in the description to this this HomeRite Finish Max Extra on Amazon. You can get it the same place I did. I thought I was done filming this review video. I'd already filmed the outro, but I went ahead and I painted everything. This is all painted, and all the doors and drawers are painted, and was so impressed that I decided to make another outro on this HomeRite Finish Max Extra. You can tell by these cheap little stickers that this is HomeRite is probably not the manufacturer. There's probably several manufacturers that make this unit, and I haven't done the research on it to know what that is. How I found this is I was thinking about getting a Wagner. I think it was a Wagner, and was reading the reviews on the Wagner on Amazon, and they weren't that great, and I kept seeing this HomeRite one mentioned in the reviews and comments. It was definitely worth the $107 to finish off this set of cabinets. In fact, if I had to budget an extra $107 for every paint cabinet project I do to buy a brand new one, as if this was a throwaway sprayer, it'd still be worth it. Give this video a thumbs up, and see you in the next video.